Everyone. Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Elite Discord tournament. And man, things have been shaking out really interestingly as this tournament has progressed. The Thumpers took a 2-1 lead at Big Sky Ballpark with an opportunity to clinch at Big Sky Ballpark in their next game. The Arctic are back home. New home, in fact. We'll talk about that in just a second, but they have their backs against the wall as the Prowl are looking to come to Red Rock Park and sweep the Arctic for, I believe this is the second time that would happen in this tournament. I'll have to think back to the first round or first tournament, excuse me. But that's right. I said Red Rock Park. The Arctics have left Battery Bay. They did not feel happy about playing there, and as you could tell, they weren't necessarily very comfortable playing at the Swagger Center for the Prowl, and that's because they like to play where it's cold. And while they did move to Arizona, of all places, they are now in a dome. And they are feeling much more comfortable there with the air conditioning pumped all the way up. And yes, the electric bill is high, but the temperature is very low. And so they're hoping that that can help their team while also offsetting the Prowl. And maybe that throws them off their game. We'll see how that plays out today. So let's go up. I pressed the wrong button here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineups for this game. With the Prowl a chance to clinch and be the first team to move on to the next round of the tournament. We'll see what they throw out there. Starting with Jasper Reeves, their captain will be leading off at first base, followed by Bolt Snow, probably the hottest hitter on the team for the Prowl. Tiger Avalos gets a start at DH today. Ellie Howard will be playing in right field, her secondary position. Britt Luna will be starting at second base and batting fifth. Riker Brownpole continues to be the starter in center field. Uriel Sardi will get his first start of the tournament. He will be at shortstop. Colin Coffey will be playing third base. And then we see Case Harvey still behind the plate for the Prowl and Titus Dismal. So he gets to start. He doesn't look very excited to be playing in a cold stadium, but we'll see how he does today. For the Arctic, they have a few tense players in their lineup, but we'll see what they do with that, as Ariadne Fitzpatrick will be leading off in right field. She did hit a home run her last time out. Frank Bracketeer, the center fielder, will be playing in left field for this game. He has been having a rough start at the plate. Ryan Goodwin is tense, but he'll be DHing today, followed by Stu Soto. The first baseman has to get it going today if the Arctics want to continue to move on in this tournament. Trevor Wiggins will be hitting fifth and playing second base. Rylan Reed gets the start at third base. Elijah Kelly will be starting in center field. Malachi Fleshman behind the dish. And Keegan Howell will round out this starting lineup for the Arctics. And Kai Gibson will be getting the start, his first time playing in this tournament. And he is quite the assignment handed to him, as he has to keep the Arctics in for another game at the very least. As we head to game 3, Prowls can clinch the series with a win here. The Arctics don't want that to happen. As you can see their breath as they're walking out there, and you can tell that the Arctic already feel a lot more like home here in this ballpark. They feel a lot more confidence walking out onto the field than they did when they were playing in Battery Bay last year. So see what ends up happening. We start in high pressure. Jasper Reeves, the captain, batting 167 with Tier 2 choker already activated. And first pitch swinging, he pulls one foul. Kai Gibson, the starter for the Arctic, gets ahead in this account 0-2, but he does not have much accuracy to work with. He does have an elite slider. Nasty pitch there that he gets Jasper striking out on. Ball out of the zone that he just swung at. Thought it was breaking back in, but it just stayed out. And that's out number 1. Kai with a changeup, a curveball, the elite slider, as I mentioned, and that four-seam fastball. And he gets a grounder to second base. Trevor Wiggins will toss to first for out number 2. Tiger Avalos comes up batting 167 with an RBI in the tournament. The last 2 games, the Prowl have won 6-3 each time. So we'll see what ends up happening against Kai, as he gets a hard hit ball, but it's going to be right at Fitzpatrick for out number 3. So that's a good start for the Arctics, and Kai Gibson gets out of the inning 1-2-3. Now he turns it over to his offense that has been very, very inconsistent so far. A player that hasn't been inconsistent is Ariadne Fitzpatrick, takes a first pitch strike. Titus Dismal, former overdog, comes into this one, gets a line out to center field for out number 1. And Frank Bracketeer batting 200. One of the players you expected to be a big producer in this tournament has been shut down for most of it so far. He puts this one down the right field line, but it's tailing just foul. Had the distance, but it goes to the right side of the foul pole. This time pushes it down the left field line. He's down 0-2. And just like that, he strikes out looking as Titus Dismal is able to catch the corner for out number 2 on the strikeout. And now Ryan Goodwin batting 167 with 1 RBI. Tier 1 Volatile puts him into tense mojo. Took a ball high after fouling one off. And, had a pitch to swing at there, but he's late and he pushes it foul out of play. And this one will get up the middle, so a 1-2 count, and he gets the first base hit of the game. And that'll get his mojo back to neutral, thanks to Volatile. All right, here's your guy, Stu Soto, 167, no home runs, no RBIs. He's got to get it going for the Arctic if they want any chance in this tournament. He falls behind 0-2 after taking 2 strikes. Takes the ball low and inside. Titus trying to be careful still. Oh my God. I don't know what happened there, but a curveball that drops right into the zone for strike 3 looking, and the Arctic go down after getting a two out base hit. Can't do anything with it, and Kai Gibson goes right back out to the mound, throwing 99 miles an hour on that fastball. 1-1 count here. And blast deep left center field. It looks like it's going to die right there at the wall. Catching it is Bracketeer for out number 1. Hard hit ball, but it didn't have enough juice on it. And I don't know if those air conditioners are playing with the baseball, but it didn't carry there. Here comes Britt Luna, the second baseman. She's batting 250 on the tournament, so talking about players not getting it done, she is on that list. She strikes out here, so Kai Gibson has been very great so far. Number 42, and Riker Brown pole will come up. Riker batting 400, so he is new to the tournament and has been able to be pretty successful, all things considered. He does ground out to second base, and that's going to be another 1-2-3 inning for Kai Gibson to get out of this one. And now we head to the bottom of the second. We'll go 5, 6, 7. Starting with Trevor Wiggins. He does have a home run, but not much else. And we'll be first pitch swinging there as he gets it into center field for a leadoff base hit. Right up the middle. Sends it right back where it came from. Now we'll get to see a first at-bat for Rylan Reed here. The third baseman has sat the first 2 games out. She does have tier 1 whiffer, but has really great contact, so you're hoping that offsets each other. And she'll hit one on the ground to third base. Colin Coffey over to Britt Luna, over to Jasper Reeves, and a double play squashes the rally before it even starts. And that's going to turn us to Elijah Kelly, who I don't think has played much, as he has not gotten a hit yet, but he falls behind 0-2 immediately, and will foul one off there to stay alive. And then hits one off the end of the bat to Jasper Reeves, who's got enough speed to get over to first in time for out number 3. So 2 hits for the Arctics through 2 innings, but nothing comes of it. And we go to the top of the third. Uriel Sardi comes up batting 500, 1 home run and 2 RBIs. That must have been in the first game of the tournament. I don't recall how that one played out for him, but he has been hitting really well. Gets a strike there, so 2-1 count, and fouled off for strike 2. Just missing the corner there as it tails too far. That a lot of action on that slider, and it tails out of the zone. Full count still. There's strike 3, and Uriel Sardi goes down swinging. Could not catch up to that slider, and that is going to be out number 1. Colin Coffey batting 500 on the tournament. You see that elite slider doing a lot of work for Kai Gibson in this one. Falls behind 2-0, but it'll be 3-0 as he missed the corner call there and misses the zone for ball 4 on 4 straight pitches. That'll be the first base runner that he allows. Is a walk. And Colin Coffey standing on first for Case Harvey. Despite the walk, Kai is still locked in. We'll get a pop foul into foul territory. It's getting out of play. Leaping up and trying to make the play is Ariadne Fitzpatrick, but it's going to get out. This ground ball quickly to Keegan Howell. Trevor Wiggins throws it in the dirt, but nice scoop from Stu Soto. Catching that to get the double play and end the inning. So despite a walk, still facing the minimum through 3. Malachi Fleshman comes up, adding 333 with a home run and 2 RBIs. We'll take a ball inside. Titus Dismal now locked in. And we'll get him to ground into a ground out to first base. That's out number 1. Keegan Howell batting .500. Has power versus righties activated at tier 2. So good boost to his traits. We'll see if he can do anything with it. Ball tails out of the zone for ball 1. That one catches the corner. He swings at it and misses for strike 1. That one's going to miss. 2-1 count to Howell, and he gets it over the glove of the third baseman into that left field corner. Bolt Snow will get to it, but not in time as we see a big double there from the Arctic at the bottom of their order, getting a little production from Keegan Howell. And now Ariadne Fitzpatrick, one of the hottest hitters on the Arctic's team. We'll see what she can do as she grounded out her first time, I believe. And batting .333 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Runner takes off for third base and dead to rights as he gets caught stealing easily. Nice throw from the catcher behind the plate. And Fitzpatrick, who has been your most successful hitter, pops up here. It's going to go back and stay in fair and play. Case Harvey catches that for out number 3. So big missed opportunity for the Arctics as they choose to try and steal with 1 out and a man on second base for their top of the order. Instead, they walk away with nothing. Good job from Titus Dismal to get out of that. And Kai Gibson comes in, maybe feeling a bit frustrated, but he is locked in against Reeves, the number 1 hitter. Diving attempt from Gibson. Trevor Wiggins with the backup gets the play over at first base for out number 1. So you can see that Gibson is really pressing as he's like, I might have to do all of this on my own, as he dives for that one, but he's able to get the out for number 1. Bolt Snow comes in. 0 for 1 today. 2-0 count here, and he'll get him to chase a foul out of the zone. There's strike 2, catches the corner. 2-2 count for Snow. Pops it foul behind the plate. And this one he hits hard, but gets underneath it. It's going to carry, but it's going to tail out of play and stay in play. Or I'm sorry, tail into foul territory, but stay in play. Ariadne Fitzpatrick catches that for out number 2. And Tiger Avalos with high pressure will have tier 2 clutch activated. Also looking for a high pitch, so Kai has to be careful. Ball tails out of the zone for ball 1. There's a high pitch, but it's too high, and he fouls it off. That's a high pitch that he didn't want to throw, and Kai Gibson with the inaccuracy showing there as he makes a mistake, and Tiger Avalos was geared up for it. Missed it the first time, did not miss it the second time. 426 to dead center to that batter's eye. Not a chance that the outfielder was going to get to that one, and the tie is broken. First hit given up for Kai Gibson is a home run. He is back to neutral mojo now with 2 outs. And we'll see Ellie Howard come up. We'll dribble to the pitcher. Kai Gibson tosses to first, and he's like, come on, guys. Pick me up now. 1 hit and 1 run scored on the Tiger Avalos home run to dead center. And now Frank Bracketeer will come up. 0 for 1, Titus Dismal still locked in. Frank maybe only has 1 hit for the tournament so far. I'm not 100%, maybe 2. Ooh, hits that one hard, but right on a line to Ellie Howard in right field. That's going to be out number 1. You can't fault him for that one. If he keeps hitting the ball that hard, something's going to land at some point. Now Ryan Goodwin comes in. He got a single his first time up. Couldn't go anywhere with it, but was able to reach base, and he falls behind 0-2 here. Titus gets a pitch at the top of the zone that he fouls off. This one too high for ball one. And there's strike three looking, and Ryan Goodwin goes from tense to start the game up to neutral, back down to tense after striking out, and now Stu Soto comes up batting 143. Clutch activated here at Tier 2. High pressure. Titus Dismal having to be careful. Still locked in. 45th pitch. Strike two. 1-2 count to Soto. He'll take a ball high. He struck out last time looking. We'll see what he does here. And he fights one foul. This will stay alive. 2-2. 2 outs. And gets one inside, just on the inside part of the plate and down his hands. And he's going to ground out to shortstop to end the inning and will drop his mojo to tense as well. So a bad inning for the Arctics offense, and we take a 1-0 lead for the Prowl into the top of the 5th inning. Kai Gibson still out there, no longer locked in, but still cruising, as he's only made one mistake so far today. There's a foul, so 1-2 count. And a grounder to second base. Nice diving play from Wiggins. And he's going to get the out at first base. So the defense helping out Kai a little bit here. We're now at extreme pressure for Riker Brownpole 0 for 1. If Kai can get locked in, he might cruise for a little bit longer here. Needs an out here. 50th pitch on the way is strike two. 1-2 count. Tough out activates for Riker. And we'll pop one foul. It gets out of play, so we'll do it again. 1-2 count with one out. Stays outside, doesn't chase. And there is a ball. That one's going to carry to deep right field. Riker Brownpole, tough out activated, and he was able to barrel that one up. And that's his second. That's the second home run given up by Kai Gibson. And I think at this point you pull him. The Prowl down 2-0. Uriel Sardi comes up batting 333, 0 for 1 today after striking out. Kai Gibson will be pulled for Werner Daniel, the most reliable player on this entire Arctics team. Gets a first pitch strike. Ball low and out of the zone. Tier 3 elite fastball, and he gives up an off-speed pitch into right field for a base hit. So Werner Daniel is human as he gives up a base hit there. Colin Coffey comes up. He worked a walk, 4-pitch walk against Kai Gibson in his first at-bat, still batting 500. Werner looking to induce a ground ball for a double play. Top of the 5th, 0-2 count here. Throws a ball low and outside. They're staying low, 101 on the gun. And this one looped to third. Reed over to Wiggins in time for the double play around the horn to end the inning. So Werner Daniel comes in, takes care of business. Man, if only he was a starter or a long reliever, this would be so much better for the Arctics. But they're down 2 runs, bottom of the 5th. They're going to go through their 5, 6, 7 hitters here against Titus Dismal. And speaking of Dismal, the pitching or the hitting of the Arctics has been dismal in this one as he gets a ball down the right field line. Ellie Howard with a decent arm, but it's going to be a leadoff double for Trevor Wiggins. He's locked in. And while they do feel like this is a hard one to win, they are only down by 2. Titus Dismal is locked in. And Rylan Reed gets a base hit up the middle, and the runner will hold at third. So a nice rally started here in the bottom of the 5th for the Arctics. Elijah Kelly with a chance to be a hero for his team. Looking for his first hit. Max pressure here. Great speed at third. Should score easily on anything that's hit out of the infield. Runner at first with good speed. Elijah Kelly falls behind 1-2. Dismal will ground it to right in front of the plate. That's going to advance the runner to second base, but it's going to be a ground out for out number 1. That was a disappointing appearance, and now Victor Theodoris is locked in. Will come in to replace Titus Dismal. 1 out. Runners on second and third, tying run at second for Malachi Fleshman. Fouls that one off. 1-2 count here with one out. And he swings through strike three. Out number two. And Keegan Howell batting .600. 1-for-1 with a double. Max pressure here. And he's going to try and figure something out to get at least one run here. Falls behind 0-2. Theodoris locked in. Max pressure helps him out a lot. They call that on the corner for strike three. Keegan Howell is livid. And the manager for the Arctics, as we can see, is actually shouting from the dugout at the ump saying, come on, call it for both sides. As that ends up being the way that inning ends. And man, if you're the Arctic, you have to feel really, really let down by your team, as they have not been able to score a single run in this game. Leadoff base hit for the bottom of the order for the Prowl, and Jasper Reeves will now come up 0-for-2. Max pressure with tier 2 choker will have a big impact on Reeves, but he's still a good hitter. Werner has to get out of this inning, giving his team a chance. Grounder slowly to third base, and the only option is first for out number one. Runner at second base. Bolt Snow comes up. .375 with 3 home runs and 5 RBIs. Tier 2 bad ball hitter. Werner Daniel has to be very careful, and he induces a fly out to right center field, calling it his Ariadne Fitzpatrick. She has a good arm, and so the runner is going to have to hold at second base, so a big out there. But it's not over yet. Werner Daniel has another tough task ahead of him, as now Tier 2 clutch Tiger Avalos comes in. High pitch activated as well. Has to be careful with where he's throwing these pitches. Daniel does, as Avalos already has 1 home run today. There's a high pitch, but taken for a strike. 2-1 count with 2 outs. Ball, nice play from Trevor Wiggins, as he's able to get the diving play. What a wizard. He gets up, tosses to first to end the inning, so they hold the Prowl offense at bay for one more inning. And here we go. Arctics down to their last 3 outs of the tournament if they can't score. Victor Theodorus still locked in. And Ariadne Fitzpatrick, 1-2-3 for the Arctics. 1-2 count here. Fitzpatrick, another pitch that I think was borderline a strike. She had to protect, and she took a ball that she should have swung at, but that looked like a strike way low and out of the zone. Theodorus is getting the calls right now, as he gets ahead in the count 0-2 here. And Bracketeer will swing through strike 3. Down to their last out, down by 2. Tense Ryan Goodwin comes up to the plate in extreme pressure. 1-for-2 with a single already. They're going to hand it to him. Theodorus looking to get out of this one and push the Prowl to round 2. 2-0 count here, so Ryan Goodwin is being patient. Gets a pitch he liked, but pulls it foul. Swing, takes strike 2. 2-2 count here, 2 outs, and Goodwin will keep the game alive a little bit longer as he gets it past the diving shortstop into center field for a base hit. So he gets back to neutral mojo. Stu Soto, tier 2 clutch activated while tense, offsets that extreme pressure, and he needs to come up clutch for this team. He's the tying run right now with 2 outs. Takes strike 1 on the changeup. Ball 1 inside. Swings at that one out of the zone, but pulls a foul. 1-2 count. Does not get the call on that one. We'll go 2-2. Stu will pull it to shortstop. Uriel Sardi tosses across the diamond, ends the game, and the Arctics cannot get past their nemesis. The Prowl will sweep them at Red Rock Park. This feels dirty. The Arctics fought to try and stay in this game, but their offense was just non-existent in this one. Ugh. Merriweather, I'm so sorry, man. This is such a disappointing way to go out. Your pitching was phenomenal. 2 solo home runs should not be the difference in this ball game, but they are. Look at that Arctic offense. You got a 2-for-3 day from Ryan Goodwin. He actually was able to get both of those hits while tense. A 2-for-2 day from Trevor Wiggins, so he was productive from second base. Ryland Reed with a hit, Keegan Howell with a hit, but he couldn't come up when his team needed him. But honestly, you shouldn't have been having to rely on them. Fitzpatrick 0 for 3, Bracketeer 0 for 3, Stu Soto 0 for 3. Look at that, 250, 125, 111. Elijah Kelly, no hits in the tournament. Malachi Fleshman, 200. Oh, so disappointing from this Arctic offense. For the Prowl, it's a different story. Their offense was really quiet, but they did get 2 big hits from Tiger Avalos and Riker Brownpole to be the difference in this ball game. What a letdown for the Arctics. I feel so bad for them as they, I think, get swept 2 tournaments in a row. Kai Gibson, valiant effort, man. He went 4 1/3. He did allow 2 home runs and 2 total hits. That was it. Those 2 home runs. He also walked 1. It didn't go anywhere. He struck out 3 in 4 1/3. Werner Daniel did his job. He allowed 2 hits, but 1 2/3 without allowing any runs to score. You would think that's enough of a line to be able to win a ball game, but instead, when you have Titus Dismal and Victor Theodoris on the mound, 4 1/3 for Dismal, 5 hits and 3 strikeouts. Victor Theodoris 1 2/3 with 1 hit and 4 strikeouts. The win and the save for them, respectively. It's going to be Titus Dismal with the number 1 spot, Riker Brownpole number 2, Tiger Avalos number 3, and the Arctics are the first team to get eliminated in this tournament. For the second tournament in a row, they lose in the first round, and the Prowl are waiting to see who they will face off between the Buzzwings and the Thumpers. They get a day of rest, or a week of rest here, and they'll get to sit and watch and relax as they will head to the next round of the tournament. On the other side, the Lockhorns will face off against the Justice. Lockhorns will be coming back home to Stade Royale to face off against the Justice. We'll see what ends up playing out here as Brickley Davidson will get the start against Bolivar McHustle. Interesting matchup. We'll see what ends up happening, but oh man, what a disappointing way for the Arctics to go out. They got to see their home crowd for 1 game, and it doesn't go anywhere for them. All right, well, pour one out for the Arctics. I'm guessing new strategy for the third tournament is what the Arctics are going to have to approach the next one with. But all right, well, we'll clean this one off. We'll move on to the next one. We'll see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you later, everyone. Bye.